Greetings, and you have been pulled into the Black Dimension. This is Kev and Roger, and we are here to review uh, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel to the Sonic the Hedgehog, based on a successful video game franchise. Um, yeah, what's going on, Roger?
What's happening, Kev?
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to take the time to explain our ratings for our films when we do reviews
Sure,
really
sure.
fast?
Not a problem, not a problem. Folks, we have a three-tier rating system. The worst tier is the bomb. That is the movie that we're gonna watch for you so you don't have to. It really sucks and your life is so good without this particular movie. So that's the worst you can do is the bomb. Now the next tier up, that would be the bootleg. The bootleg is the movie that is still a good movie, but you don't have to rush to see it. You can get it at your own time, whether that be in the theater or catch it on a streaming service. Whenever you see it, it's gonna be quite all right. It's fine to see. And then we have the buy. The buy is a movie that we certify as definitely a good movie or even a great movie that you should get out there and see right away. It definitely is a priority movie. So that's what we do here. Three-tier rating system: the bomb, the bootleg, or hopefully the buy.
All right. So before we get into the spoiler part of it, we're gonna go ahead and give you our rating for this film right now. And the rating is bye. Um, Several reasons for this that we'll get into, but it's fun. It's a fun film to watch. And for those of you who are video fans of the video game, this is probably closer and more faithful to the video games than the first film was, at least for me. And the characters are pretty great too, especially Knuckles, who was voiced by Idris Elba. I thought he was a very fun character to sit there and observe. What about you, Roger?
Absolutely. Knuckles was kind of a treat. I'm not gonna even lie. He was kind of a treat. I didn't see it coming the way it came, but yeah, he was definitely a delightful addition to the cast.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, now we get into the spoiler part. So, if you haven't seen this movie, definitely go see it and come back and come back and watch our review. So yeah, movie starts out pretty good. Kind of picks up where it left off. Basically, Sonic has settled into his home life with his family, and and just all but if you also see what happened to Dr. Robotnik on the Mushroom World, which I would kind of say I thought that it was kind of a swipe at uh, the the Super Mario Brothers because they deal in mushrooms, but it wasn't actually. So you get to see what Doctor Robotnik was up to, and he was able to open up a dimension to other soldiers coming through to attack him, but he got the one up on him, and that's where he met Knuckles. Knuckles is looking for this big green gem. Shoot, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it. It was this big green emerald. Basically, that holds the key to the
Ultimate power.
ultimate power. Yes. So the Knuckles, you know, him and Robotnik teamed up to track down Sonic to get this emerald. So, and he was really doing it for his own purposes, so the echidnas could ascend back to the top. Because I think he was the last surviving echidna, if I'm
He
not
was.
mistaken.
Yeah,
But
he definitely was.
Robotnik, being diabolical, was doing it for his own reasons. So, with that being said, Tails comes into the story. It abreast to what is going to happen, and goes to Earth to warn Sonic. And it really, they get into this huge adventure where they get into all kinds of trouble and friendship as well. There was some foreshadowing in this film. James Marsden's character, saying that looking at a group of men saying that he wished Sonic had that some wingmen, and it turns out that the wingman by the end of the film is Sonic and Knuckles, because in the video game series, if I'm not mistaken, Knuckles he kind of starts out as a villain but becomes an anti-hero, and turns out the same way in the film itself.
Yeah, they did a great take on bringing in Tails. They gave great reason for his appearing, and Knuckles as well. And I got to get shout out to Jim Carrey. He did an excellent job as Dr. Robotnik. He definitely kind of filled the role quite nicely. And I like the way they told this particular story, because it was a great story. And you can keep in mind that Sonic is a movie that is for kids, but adults can sit down and enjoy this movie as well. So they definitely took care of enough of what was going on for the adults in the film, and of course the children are going to enjoy it anyway. So
Yeah, yeah, I do agree with that because I took my daughter with me to see this film, and she enjoyed it as well. But yeah, it was plenty of action in there. Knuckles proved to be a very tough customer for Sonic. Uh, yeah, but I would say round one went to Knuckles, and round two kind of went to Sonic when they were in the temple. I thought the temple, I thought the temple was a fun scene. How they got back past all the booby traps and such. But I will tell you this much: between both films, Sonic One and Sonic Two, I will say that the best part about both of those films, even though they were pretty good films and fun films to watch, was Jim Carrey as Doctor Eggman Robotnik.
yeah,
Hilarious.
he fits his role perfectly.
Yes. And I would have to say this: Stone, his assistant, he was a bit too infatuated with Doctor Robotnik. I mean,
Just a little bit, just a
yeah,
little bit. uh, but every good villain, well, not every good villain, but a lot of good villains, you do need somebody who's kind of into what you into at the right level, because the way they played his infatuation was good, because it did show that he was gonna be down for whatever, you know, which is what you want in a I guess, well, I say sidekick, even though it's a villain. Yeah, you still kind of need that in your sidekick. Needs the
yeah,
dedication.
yeah. I kind of like at the beginning when Robotnik and Knuckles first met, in Robotnik told Knuckles, "Let me show you the way." I kind of laughed out loud because I remember the internet joke, with that deformed Knuckles looking character. Like, how am I forgetting all these names? And the main thing that he says is, "Do you know D Way? Let me show you D Way. Do you know D Way?" And I bust out laughing, and people looking at me like, "Oh, why is that so funny?" I was like, "Man, the internet, man, the internet."
Yeah, everybody ain't gonna catch every joke out there. You got to be in tune sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would say that as far as Jim Carrey's looks and how he handled the gadgets, it was more faithful to the video game than perhaps the first film was. And let me tell you this: this is really the way a video game film should have been done. I mean, if anyone remembers the atrocious Super Mario Brothers film back in the '90s, some people actually liked it, but a lot of people said it was one of the worst films they ever seen. Uh, but Sonic the Hedgehog, definitely, as far as video game films, I would put it like as one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, this was definitely a much higher quality film. And I mean, and they did invest in some pretty good talent and known actors. And you know, Idris Elba playing the part of Knuckles was actually surprising to me, because I had no idea that he was gonna do that. But the way he was able to play him, it just fit so well. You know, he was foreign enough to represent a foreign visitor from a different world, and it just played right together perfectly. So shout out to the
Man,
cast and director.
man, when he was reading them text messages, it's like dot 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 dot. And originally, like Idris Elba, he wanted to do the Knuckles voice with a squeak in his voice, but the people, of course, would allow it to happen. But I like the way the final product turned out anyway.
So
And also it did the film heavily focused on Sonic becoming an actual hero and coming into his own. So just a little bit for story purposes. But I did like the final battle scene where Robotnik got control of the Master Emerald and then put together that giant robot in the Robotnik, and then really it took Knuckles and Sonic to beat him with the help of Tails, like Knuckles knocking the Master Emerald out and then breaking up into the Chaos Emeralds. And for anybody who plays the video game, Sonic has this golden form when he absorbs the Chaos Emeralds. So, like once I saw that, I knew that part of the film particularly was coming. Yeah, and it was a good thing to see because it gave Sonic ultimate power, but he ended up giving up the power itself, and then they ended up putting together the Master Emerald again, just so he can go back into being regular Sonic, because he himself even admitted that he had some growing up to do, and I thought that was pretty cool. So the Knuckles Tails Sonic dynamic was pretty good. The human element, as far as it goes with like video game movies and movies based on cartoons, I really don't really care too much about the element, but they did it in such a way that did not harm the characters themselves, not like the Transformers franchise, which it kind of did. But at the end of this film, they did set it up for a third one. And, if you didn't hear me say the word spoiler before, you're going to hear me say it again. Spoilers. They are setting it up for Shadow the Hedgehog to make his entrance in the third film, which should be pretty cool when that finally comes out. So, for anyone looking forward to the third film, get ready for Shadow the Hedgehog.
yeah, and to me, I think the human element they played it quite well, especially by giving them a good reason to be away from for a good portion of the film. So they played that up just right, if you ask me. They had their own backstory as far as the humans were concerned, but it didn't really disturb what Sonic and Tails were really doing when they were preparing to face off against Knuckles. So they did a heck of a job all the way through.
Yeah, yeah, heck of a job. Really, really good film. And, once it comes to streaming services, I probably will watch it a couple more times. But definitely worth going to the theater to see this film once again. Great film. Like I said, is one of the best, if not the best, video game adaptation film. And yeah, if you've already seen this film, you know what we're talking about. But for those who haven't seen it and you actually watched this broadcast, we kind of spoiled quite a few key elements for you, but that's okay. Still a fun
And
film to watch.
you're gonna enjoy it anyway. You could see this and you're still gonna enjoy this film.
Okay. All right. So, do you have anything else to add?
No,
Uh,
I guess that pretty much covers it. But yeah, definitely go out and see it. It's definitely a great film. And again, you can enjoy it with the family if you want to. So you're good no matter what.
All right, and yeah, that I have no real problems with this film, and definitely go check it out if you have it. If you have, hey, great film. So that's it for now. This has been our review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Uh, for myself and Roger, you have been pulled into the black dimension. Good luck finding your way out. Till the next time.